Right. Hi, everybody.
Welcome everyone to the very first Body Talk question and answer session. We are various body talkers located around the world, and we will introduce ourselves. Dr. Latika Arya is our moderator. She will be asking us questions, and we will do our best to answer those questions. Anybody in the audience, feel free to ask questions and post them in the chat. So with that, let's start with the introductions. Humaira.
Hi, I'm Humaira Franke. I'm a passionate body talker living in South Africa and Germany at the same time. Doing body talk since 16 years. I'm a body talk access trainer, fundamentals and mindscape instructor, and I'm just so glad to share this space with you all. Greetings from Germany, by the way, at the moment. Thank you, Indu.
Okay, Dr. Mankul, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Mankul Goel, and I'm a dermatologist based in Delhi, and been practicing Body Talk for 4 years, and grateful to have our teachers of Body Talk here, and looking forward to sharing more on Body Talk with all of you. Thank you.
Dr. Latika, go ahead.
Thank you, Induji. I am Dr. Latika Arya. I'm based in Delhi. I'm a dermatologist and I'm a certified Body Talk practitioner. And thank you to all my teachers here, Dr. Sureshi, Humaira, Indu. And I'm also thankful to Dr. Mankul, who actually introduced me the very first time to this wonderful practice. I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you.
Sureshi, please introduce yourself.
Hi, hello. My name is Suresh Dagur. I'm a naturopathic doctor turned into a body talker. I started Body Talk in 2003. So now I am a practitioner of Body Talk and also an instructor, and mostly living in India, presently in London, and sometimes in Hong Kong and Singapore. So I'm mostly all around. Okay, have some great questions to ask us. It would be lovely to respond to you. Thank you.
Well, I will give my introduction now. I'm Indu Agarwal, located in California. While I've been changing all kinds of roles in my life, going from an engineering career to becoming a healthcare practitioner, but Body Talk continues to be my passion for the last 10 years. And now we're working with all of you to bring Body Talk to India, and we have so many new practitioners. So I'm really glad to be a co-passengers with all of you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Latika.
Yeah. And thank you, all of you, for being here. So we are looking forward to a very enriching question answer session. And we hope to, clarify what is Body Talk and what does it do, how it can be useful for everybody. And this is something new which has been, growing in India. We had Dr. Sureshi for many years, and he was the solo Body Talk practitioner. And now I'm very happy to inform all our viewers, all our audience, that now we have 8 Body Talk practitioners, thanks to the efforts of, our Body Talk India matrix, headed by Induji, Humaira, Sureshi. So without taking much of the time, so we can start with the basic question answers. Basic thing about Body Talk, we want to know that what exactly is Body Talk, and how can we define Body Talk for somebody who has never heard this word and somebody who's new to this terminology. So I would like Humaira to start with this.
Thank you, Latika. Yes, it's a very interesting question, right? So, what is body talk? To me, body talk is the most beautiful healthcare system that considers a human being not only as physical but also take into consideration the emotional, the mental, the spiritual aspect of that person. So it's a healthcare system, as Suresh has many times, reminded me of. It's a system, complete system, that's aid and aim is to actually reactivate body's internal healing capacity, so you or I'm saying you, but everyone can actually experience life as it was meant to be and reach some potential and live in ease. So with other words, what we are able to create as illness, disease, whatever it is, we can also, by restoring internal communication, we are able to heal ourselves and become better. So that is what body talk is, very, for very short, restoring communication to be the best of what I can be.
I think you have put it very well. Sureshji, would you like to add to that?
Yes, actually, what I like to add is that people mostly do not understand that all bodies have their own internal healing capacity that they're born with, which we call the innate wisdom. So it is only because of our conditionings and belief systems that we have clouded that innate ability to heal ourselves. So what we are doing in Body Talk is we are reviving your healing ability, and the body actually heals itself. And we as a practitioner are merely an instrument to do the balancing that is required. So if the body is in harmony, you are in harmony. Yeah. And it's the same with wild animals. If you can compare with them, they don't need medical doctors. You don't see a tiger looking for a vet doctor. Yeah. So because they don't have those beliefs and masks on them, that's why when we remove them with Body Talk and increase the clarity, and that's your innate wisdom takes over and you are actually healing yourself. Thank you.
That's so true, and you have put it so simply. And Induji, would you like to add?
Sure. This consciousness healing system, the best thing I like is that we are the mediums through which the consciousness heals the other people. And also the healing continues after the session, because once you have highlighted to someone's consciousness that what has been ailing them, and you have cleared that block, as Sureshji was saying, that person gets on that healing path forever. So it's not that, you go through a session and your immediate problem is taken care of. It is also continuous, and you get on that path and you never look back.
Thank you, Indu. And Mankul, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, man, I really love the way Humera and Suresh described the fact that it activates the capacity of the body to heal itself. And the way I describe it to my patients is that very often we have faith in almost everything to heal us, whether it's a medicine or a doctor or some kind of a therapy. We always are putting our faith outside in something. And this is one system which I love about the system, is it puts that entire faith on our inner healing capacity. So, and that's the biggest beauty, because whether it is somebody looking for solutions to their disease, or is there somebody who is on a spiritual path, they're always looking for to avoid attachments to anything. And here we just completely put our entire faith on that inner healing process. And that allows that element to grow more and more and take over take over the entire being in a way. So whether it's on a spiritual path or it's a person looking for resolution to some issues, I feel that it's a beautiful approach, and it brings that synchrony, if one is looking for in their life in terms of a good health and spirituality.
Right. So I can see the, the passion which is coming forth through each of you while you're talking about body talk, which actually goes to body talk affects one as a person themselves. Like you, it's by working on others, you grow as a person yourself, and that really shows. So just to summarize, so we are talking about body talk. So this is a holistic consciousness-based healing system. It was started by Dr. John Weltheim back not too long ago in the year 2000. And so it's a combination, it combines the Western and the Eastern systems of medicine. And it actually encompasses all healing modalities which are out there. It's not like a system by itself, but it's an umbrella. It includes everything. So as we hear our speakers, so it will clarify more. So let us go to the next question. So many people have this confusion that body talk is an energy healing system similar to Reiki or other energy healing systems. So do you think that it's the same or is it different? Body talk, is it different from Reiki? So Sureshji, would you like to take that question?
Yes, this is a very, very common question because Reiki is so well known. It's been around a lot of time. And in fact, a lot of senior practitioners before Reiki, before Body Talk was founded, most of them were Reiki masters themselves. The principal difference is both are energy medicine, but Reiki is energy coming from another source. And it comes in a very general way for the well-being, right? And mainly, again, dealing with symptoms. So this is energy from outside, whereas in Body Talk, there is no energy from outside or no energy from the practitioner that is going into the client. So that is the principal difference. But I'm sure others like Homera, who have more experience in Reiki, will be able to explain a little more in depth into this. But basically, Body Talk is non-symptomatic. And most people going for Reiki are going for symptoms, although they can do it without that. Yeah.
Thank you, Suresh. Yeah, this is a very, very, very good question. And thank you. And I'm a passionate Reiki practitioner also, not only Body Talk. To me, the difference and the key difference is here that when I am doing Reiki as a practitioner, I am trusting to channel what Suresh actually emphasized on, to channel the energy to that person and where it is needed. So, but for most, for me, most people would like to know the how it works, right? And Body Talk gave me the possibility, and that is the difference. In Body Talk, the practitioner is pretty aware of the story and can also explain to the client what is happening. It is not just trusting the energy, the universal life force that we all encompassed in, but it is also people need to hear explanation where Body Talk can do that. Body Talk can actually tell you what is the story of whatever you're going through. And by just highlighting the story, and whatever it comes up, the person can relate to that because it's a tailor-made thing. It is not just trusting, it is also explanation of why and how things are happening, right? So that is for me a key difference between Body Talk and Reiki. And also for me, it is when you're doing Reiki, it is just with that hope that everything, hopefully everything is or trust that everything is going to happen the best way. But in Body Talk, because I am also a little bit of left brain trained, I like to have myself as the practitioner, the explanation of how does this happen actually, right? And that is the explanation that a lot of people are looking for. What is behind it? Why, why things are happening? And I think that is very satisfactory when you're doing body talk, because you get some explanation.
Right. So as we also know that body has these layers, the physical body, the vital body, and then the mental body and the bliss body. So I think Reiki is working at the vital level, whereas body talk is acting at the bliss level, bliss body and the
Exactly, or supramental level, but I just
mental
didn't
level.
want to
Yeah.
make it so because body talk goes into the root cause of the story and brings it up for the client to see and look at it in a conscious way, right? And as Suresh mentioned, it is not a symptom. Reiki is more symptom maybe oriented, because as you suggested also, we are working on the energy blueprint of the body, whereas in body talk we are going uniquely to the story of this soul being on this plane.
Thank you, Meera. So let's move further and let's talk about the body talk session itself. So what exactly happens in a body talk session? And what would one expect if one goes and takes a body talk session? So maybe Indu, would you like to take that question?
Sure. Thanks, Latika. So in a typical body talk session, which by the way can be done in person or remotely, because we are in the energy field. So people are sometimes surprised that you don't have to be in touch with the person and you can still conduct a session. So, but let's say if the session was happening in person, we have a roadmap, which we call a protocol chart. And with that, we ask question and answers. Well, we ask questions and we intuitively connect with the client's body and we start getting answers. So in a typical session, you are just coming in, relaxing, taking some nice deep breaths, and that's all. There is nothing else you have to do. Just be present and be part of the session. Pretty simple.
Thank you. Mankul, would you like to add or you agree with Indu? I think pretty simple.
Yeah, I think having been a recipient of the sessions, just to share a feedback that through the session, obviously generally the practitioner may start with something relaxing, whether it's a cortices where they just balance the right and left brain, and on the part of the client it is largely a relatively passive process. They lie down, but through the process, as the information starts to come up and somebody is holding your hand or from a distance, using their structured intuition to bring stuff up, as the story starts to unfold, it really starts touching you, as if something is very close to your heart is coming up. And so that's the feeling. I remember the last time we did a online session on body talk. One of my clients said that it's like the hand of a mother who almost knows what is going on inside you. So that feeling is there, and through the session the client just feels like things are being let go and they start feeling lighter and lighter through the session. So that would be something from their perspective they're going through.
Right. Anything else you would like to add, Suresh or Humera? I think.
I would like to add something. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Suresh. Did I?
No. I was just going to say that Homera should add something here.
I would like to, Mankul, this is so beautifully explained. And this is exactly what I meant. Body talk is highlighting and tells you, like the mother says, hey, listen, this is how you have seen your reality all the time, but there is another story about it, right? So it just comes up, and that is exactly the difference I was telling you. It is about finding out, why did it happen for the first time? Well, why did it happen at all? And what is the story behind this, which I feel Reiki session, as much as I love it and as much relaxing and healing it is not filling the blanks for me. How did this happen? And that is the beauty of BodyTalk, that, you know, the practitioner actually, with their information, they are bringing up things that the clients for many years, consciously or even subconsciously, have not been dealing with it, right? And we know emotions are energy in motions. We cannot just ignore them. We cannot ignore our negative thoughts. They are doing their, you know, they are leaving some imprints in our body. And this is what it, you know, makes BodyTalk so unique, because it just, like Mankul or the client of Mankul, it's just like a mother that takes you on the hand and say, this is the story behind what you had. And once that story has come up, the client can see and release it.
Wonderful.
Can I just add something, Dr. Latika?
Yeah.
This is something, you know, I was the most intriguing part for me, because as a dermatologist and as an integrative medicine practitioner who would love to always get to, you know, it's been a passion to know what's behind the patient's disease. I like to spend a lot of time with my patients and trying to understand them. And probably 2018 or 19 was the year I started practicing BodyTalk. And that was 1 year when I saw that I had patients who had been seeing for 2-3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And then when I did a BodyTalk session for them, I realized that how superficially did I know them. Even though I was counseling them, even though I was talking to them about all kinds of issues they were going through in their life, what's happening inside was still very hidden. And when that came out, and I really valued the system, because it helped me get to the roots of from where the issues are coming for the client. And even now, I just sometimes, you know, the patient is sitting in front of me and I just close my eyes and go into the BodyTalk zone, and the picture that I am understanding based on what I'm seeing in the patient and what BodyTalk reveals is sometimes just completely different.
Yeah,
Right.
can I put in a word? Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I'm sure it was a great challenge for Dr. Mankul, because as a medical doctor, if you look as a clinical observation, you find so many issues in the person, but he had to put all that aside. So that's what we do in BodyTalk. We don't go with preconceived ideas. So this is important, right? So we don't know anything before the session. So the first thing, it starts with permissions, and it is the body. It is through the body that we get the story out. So it is quite different and more challenging for medical doctors because they know so much. You see, for people who don't know, they can't have preconceived ideas. So that was quite a challenge that you, Dr. Latika, yourself, and Mankul have overcome that. And that is a great thing, that you developed your left and right brains and understood what they are. So congratulations to both of you.
If I may add one more thing, that a lot of times people say, you are the healer, you are doing the work. And one of the corrections I make is that I'm not the healer. Your body is doing the work, and your body knows how to heal. And in fact, what we are doing in a session is undoing what has become so many layers that have covered the healing process. So keep that in mind, that we have that innate wisdom. We know how to heal. We have just forgotten along the way. So in the session, one session after the other, we are peeling those layers that have covered up the healing process. So it's undoing or uncovering the healing process throughout the sessions. Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes I tell my patients, it's like, the driver is driving the car, but he has just nodded off to sleep. And we as body talkers, we are just, waking him up like, okay, just wake up. And he knows already how to drive. So how do we conduct a distance session? Humaira, if you have to explain to people, because sometimes it may be difficult to understand that it works remotely too. Right?
Yes, and that is the exciting part about BodyTalk, and one thing that we can, all of us BodyTalker are actually, that was the positive side of the COVID situation. Not that it was a positive thing, but we were doing the distance session all along. But for a lot of people, it was difficult to grasp that you can actually conduct a session when the client is not physically with you, right? So just imagine like this. It is, we all have got our blueprint, right? There is always this blueprint of me, and it is in this universe, right? So what we do is actually what BodyTalkers do, and a lot of us have got other tools like Mindscape, which is a brilliant self-development course that teaches you, to be able to tune into anyone, anything, or so. But that aside, we can work with the blueprint of the person. Many people who have done Reiki, they know that they can do Reiki distance healing. We have also seen many documentaries, maybe by heartmat.com or heartmat.org, that alone having a picture of someone and you just send them good vibes, energy, some people call it prayers, they feel different. So what we're doing in BodyTalk, especially, really experienced practitioners, they can sit, and when they have a picture of a person, they can focus and they can let their body talk, because what they do is actually, what we're doing all along is to tap into our structured intuition, as Mankul suggested. It is the right and left side of the brain working together, and we can get as much as information needed, right, to go through our protocol and procedure and see what is coming up for that person. And we normally are telling them, we are doing a distance session, but we are always giving a report about what came out, what was the formula, what did we tap out, what is the important thing in the session, because every session has got a theme, right? So this is what we're going. We actually tuning into the blueprint of that person and let their body, let their story come up and do the session. Now I see there is a question that I would like to see if it is related to this. Oh, it is Indu, post questions. So this is how we do distance session. Now I want to actually go a bit further in that. A distance session is when the client is not with you, right? But now we've got the Zoom, the Skype, the WhatsApp, and so on and so forth. With other words, we always have the energy connection. If we are using these tools, we've got the energy connection to these people anyhow, right? We can hear their voice, we can see them, and this is how we conduct the session. But sometimes the person is in a coma, okay? So the question is, when a person is in coma, normally we say they are not conscious, right? We still can do this with the person, although the person cannot give us a feedback, right? They cannot give us a feedback about, what comes up, but we feel it. So it is exactly as if you are doing a person that cannot communicate with you. And this is what Suresh also mentioned. You can do it on an animal. Can an animal communicate with you? Not, right? So this is how we are doing the distance session, to just tap in and tune in to the blueprint of that person, and just see what that person needs at this moment, what we call what is the priority at this moment. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, Sumira.
Is anyone want to add something?
And
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like
Uh,
Suresh.
Okay. Okay. You see, actually now, till a few years ago, we were not even looking at the photograph of the person. Now it has become easier. We just check the photo, get a WhatsApp image or on Zoom. But earlier, purely with Mindscape, and incidentally, Homera is a Mindscape instructor. So if you know Mindscape, it becomes so much easy because we are trained for that. And there, we used to only get the name and location of the person. And just by the name and location, now if you know a little bit of quantum physics, which is so much popular today, the new understanding, you can actually contact the hologram of the person because you already have a bit of information, so you can get the whole information of the person. So when you are contacting your client through the hologram, then you have the whole person and you do a session just like you would do it on anyone else. Yeah. I mean, in person. So it becomes very easy to understand. And when every atom can communicate with every other atom in the universe, every cell in your body can communicate with every other cell in your body. So why not you are able to communicate with the cells of the other person? Yeah. So this, I just wanted to add on. Okay, go ahead, Mankul. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely true. And talking from an intermediate stage, both Humera and Suresh, they have been doing this for a long, long time. But for somebody like me who learned Body Talk about 4 years back, and first 2 years I was just practicing in-person physical contact with the belief system that, oh, I don't think distance session is meant for me. But COVID obviously pushed all of us beyond that, and yeah, I mean, you start to realize that just on a video as well, it's all the same. I mean, the client is getting the same effect, and you have the same connect with them. So it's actually, there's a very nice saying. A great spiritual master once said that we think that the intellect is the master which organizes everything around it, but it's actually not true. It is our will, it is our action which is the master. Whatever we start doing, everything else gets oriented around it. So it's when you start doing this, we are so used to being involved in a will where we are in physical touch with people. But when you actually start doing it, you start doing distance sessions, you start doing Mindscape, your whole system gets reorganized around this form of action, and you realize, well, this is actually possible. But a person may find it possible to open up to it, but it's only when you start doing something like that is when you truly experience and taste it.
that's so
I
wonderful.
just wanted to add something else that Mankul actually touched upon. We all connected, right? And each and every one of us have experienced this. When you truly and passionately think about someone, I wonder so and so what they're doing. Either you get a call, or you get a message, or you see something on the Facebook, because it is that connection that attracts us to each other, right? So we are connected, and this connection is also another thing that we can actually help each other, right? No matter how far away one is.
Actually, that reminds me, if you want to check it out, there is a website called the intentionexperiment.com, and we can add that to the chat. And they have actually listed examples of how they channel the energy from one location, and people literally felt it in another part of the country or another part of the universe. So from recipient's point of view, I really want to tell you that you feel that you are connected to the practitioner through that energetic channel. That intention comes through, you start feeling that there is something touching your gut, there is gurgling going on, or you burp, or you feel that energy movement going on in your body while the session is being conducted. It feels like a miracle.
Can I just add something? I just remembered. It was, I think, more than 10 years ago when John Weltheim came to India. He was in Pune for several months at this center where we do this imaging, right? It's the Biofield Center, it's called, the Biofield Center. So what they did was, he had the biofield cameras on a patient who was having a certain problem. And they fixed a time with somebody in Europe to do a body talk section at that particular time. So the moment that session started, his energy, which was being mapped by that device, it had started shifting at the same time. So this is somewhere in our Body Talk archives, you will find this experiment. So this was just to prove the people, I mean, if you can't understand it, it happens in front of you in real time at exactly the same time. So wonderful experiment. Okay, thank you.
I would like to welcome Dr. Pankaj Verma. He has joined, so he's one of our panelists, and he got delayed due to some work. If you're there, Dr. Pankaj, you can please come with the camera on. Okay, so I would like to now move on, and so for our audience, what kind of issues we can address with Body Talk? So what are the clients that you get in your practice, and who is a candidate for Body Talk? So what kind of medical issues or health issues can be addressed? Yes, Samira.
Well, I would like to say everyone, right? There is no exception. For me, there is no exception. And my favorite client is a client that comes before he's got any disease or sickness. With the first signs of uneasy, can't sleep, can't digest, and so on. That would be a perfect client. But the beauty of Body Talk is that you can put it, or maybe I'm Body Talk crazy, right? I do Body Talk on almost everything. So if a friend is telling me I've got depression, I say, please, what we can do is Body Talk. If the car is not working, what we can do is Body Talk. If somebody's going through financial struggle, let's do a Body Talk. What is your belief system around it, right? So this is my 5 cents. This is maybe my enthusiasmus and excitement, but Body Talk is for everything. It is complementary. So one can, people with serious ailments like cancer or autoimmune diseases, they can go, and we never say don't go to the medical doctors, take the medications, but on the side, they need to be supported, right? So we can support their system, their mental, their physical, their emotional well-being with Body Talk. But there are people that they know that they've got emotionally some issues. We can also help them. So all walks of life can come and experience Body Talk. So I would like to ask others if they would like to add on, but that is my enthusiasm. There is no limit.
Right, Sureshji?
No, I think Pankaj has just joined. Shall we have Pankaj to say something on this, because he does a lot of medical cases? Is it there?
Sir, I will just free after 5 to 10 minutes. Just wait
okay,
for a while.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So, I mean, Mankul is the right person. Yeah. Mankul explains it very well.
Yeah, so again, I think as Mera said, it's a very mental question that what indications you do it for. It's actually limitless. And the way I explain it to my patients is that whatever the issues you're going through, we are working on it medically. But Body Talk will work at the seed level. Whatever healing has to happen. It's like most of us find ourselves in a certain pattern. If there is a chronic disease that is happening, which is repeating again and again in our lives, and we kind of feel like a victim in that pattern, or unconsciously or consciously are repeating it in our lives. And you may do a lot of medical treatments for them, which are helping with the symptoms of that. But we also need to break that pattern. And that is where Body Talk is very helpful at a seed level. It's, they use the term topward down causation, that if you, with the medical tools, we are trimming the tree at its leaf level, or, at the stem level. But when we shift the seed, then you create a completely new possibility in your life. And just out of recent patients that I've been doing Body Talk for, there's a female who comes for balding to me, and she has a scarring balding type where the hair don't come back. Now she had come for that, and of course there were issues, there were autoimmune issues and everything happening in her life. And we started doing Body Talk, and what was revealed was that she was in a fix with, she used to live with her in-laws in the same house. It's a joint family household of 16 people. And she was suffering. She didn't have space and everything. And that had been going on for 10 years. And she had been telling her husband for the past 10 years that I need my space. I need my space. And within 4 sessions, now each and every family member is helping her shift into a new house and a new floor. And she keeps telling me that again and again, that it never happened. It's 10 years I've been trying for this, and 4 months, and it is happening. So now you may not relate it directly to her autoimmune disorder, but of course stress is playing a role. And it is that seed which has shifted, and her path of her life has completely taken a new turn. And that's where it can help. And of course there are many cases where we see the direct effect of a session on their very different physical symptoms, from whether it's an emotional symptom or physical disease of from pain to rashes on their skin to digestive issues, very different symptoms. So actually, when it comes to, if somebody is asking which disease do I seek treatment for, well, there's no limit. And second, as Humaira mentioned, it's good to look at it from a wellness perspective. It's a very important wellness tool. If somebody wants to grow and expand in their life and prevent things, Body Talk is a beautiful tool. And that's probably the best way to look at it, rather than saying, hey, I have this headache and please do Body Talk. Yes, it will help you, but best looked at as a wellness tool.
Can I add to that? Actually, Mankul has beautifully explained it, the seed philosophy, which you had mentioned before. That's why I wanted him to tell. So there is no limit to what Body Talk is used for. So some people say, is it too late to do Body Talk? Is the case very advanced? Well, I can say that even people with 4th stage cancer come for Body Talk. We don't say that Body Talk won't help you. Of course, you have to do your medical issues. You have to keep resolving medically. But Body Talk helps you in different ways, emotionally, mentally, and you will be able to cope with your disorder in a much better way, right? If you're taking invasive medical treatments which are harming you, so Body Talk may be able to help. So it's a supportive thing, but it helps in every kind of condition. Not only that, I will go to extreme. I've had some Body Talkers from overseas, because the Western thing is different, who knew that somebody in the family, like their father, was about to pass over, right? And they have approached me to help him pass over. So you can even do that with Body Talk. So healing does not mean you have to stay alive. Even leaving the body is sometimes healing. So it helps in every kind of situation. Yeah, but applications are different. Thank you.
If I may add an example, I was working with a client. There was nothing physical going on, The situation was that she was living in US and her parents were in Turkey. And she was wrestling with the decision whether she wanted to stay in US or move to Turkey. So there's nothing physical about it, but she was in such a anguish, trying to figure out, logically it made sense to stay at one place, but, she just could not resolve it that how should she move forward? And we did a session, and in a couple of sessions, what came up is that, like we talked about, restoring that communication within the body. So when we start making decisions just from the left brain perspective, and we don't connect with our heart, we have this quandary in our life that we cannot make decisions. So once we resolve that communication problem between the left brain, right brain, and connecting it to the heart, she was eventually able to make decisions, and she moved back to Turkey. And then she wrote it to me. She said, it is so beautiful that we think of these modalities as resolving our physical symptoms, but there's so much going on inside us, which has not manifested into physical symptoms yet. But the conflicts that are going on at a mental level, at an emotional level, at a spiritual level. So all of those can also be part of the Body Talk session. So just wanted to share that example.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, we're waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Pankaj. I'm a physician and I'm a body talk practitioner for last 3 years. I think 4 years now, 4th year. Somebody asked regarding the body talk, when to do and on whom. I think that Homara has rightly said, everybody is a client, everybody is a candidate for body talk. I would like to add one example. Just 7 days back, I got a call that I want to do a body talk session. And then when the lady came, she had body talk from me 2 years back. And she just said like, I came for you for body talk session. And in that only one body talk session. Then when sexual chakra was coming as a priority, the second chakra was coming as a priority. And then you healed it and I was fine for last 2 years. So that one session has impacted and improved her health for 2 years. And now she came for again some more issues in a family, and she want to do body talk session. This time also she also expected, okay, this time I will do only one session and she will be improved for next 2 years. But it don't work like that. So I just explained her, okay, it's not a one-time show. Your body, sometime priority can be addressed in a one session. Sometimes priorities can be addressed in the multiple sessions. I'm right now, my one cousin is living with me, and since last 1 year I've done her, I think 8 to 10 session has been done, and she has improved quite a lot. So it's a journey on also again on the body talk. So any issues, whatever usually mental health issue, physical health issue, cancer issues, multiple issues can be addressed at the same time. As the Mankul said, you have to address the seed but not the outcome. So as we are, I'm also an allopathic physician. So usually what we do, we just deal with the symptoms. We try to suppress the symptom, or we try to cure the symptom temporarily. But when we go through the body talk, it addresses your body priority. So usually in this modern life, we lose the connect with your own body. We don't, we think our mind needs this, our heart needs this, but what your actually body says, where you're carrying this body since birth with yourself. So there are so many impressions on it. Any love impression, any hate impression, any disease impression, any kind of impression, it is always carrying with you within yourself. So once you're going through body talk, you can see, I have seen in my patient, like 5 years back or 10 years back, you had some kind of issues. In that also we feel like issues in your tissues. Similar way, many things can come in body talk. Any physical issues can come, any chakra issues can come, any mental issues can come. So it's a vast array of modalities that can be applied at the same time in body talk, along with also any kind of therapy. So feel free to get experiment with body talk and just try to take session. Even not with the body talk, I'm doing session, I'm doing simple healing in my patients when they come to me in the OPD. And I've seen some patients just they get freeze after doing only body cortices. So if somebody having huge chaos in their mind, if you just do simple healing technique of body cortices that you learn body access, it will help a lot in my patients. So simple healing, any kind of infection, if my daughter is going through any kind of infection, I just do my healing by body chemistry or cortices. In that way, just after doing the session, she feel improved. It happened multiple times in last 3 to 4 years. Like she was having any body abdominal pain or cramp. I just do body chemistry and she improved within 5 minutes. So this is the power of body talk. Anything can happen, anything can come up in body talk, anything and anything. It's just Mankul said, Humala said, we are not a doer. We just act as a channel. It's your own body which giving us signal in structured intuition, and your own body try to heal it. Once we address that issue, once your mind got aware and your body got aware about that issue. So just try to learn something, do body access, try to learn body talk, those who are interested. This is my take about the body talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pankaj. So as Dr. Pankaj just said that, body talk is not just going to the body talk practitioner, but body talk can be used as a preventive measure for self healing and self health promotion also. So Dr. Suresh, would you like to quickly talk about what is this method, body access, and how it can be beneficial for everybody to learn for their self-care?
Yeah, actually, hello. Yeah. Can you mute your microphones, please? Yeah. Okay. Actually, body talk, the main course is the fundamentals, which was there right from 20 years when body talk started, over 20 years. But we found that body talk fundamentals was not for everybody. Some people wanted to learn just a little bit of body talk, get some benefit. So fundamentals was becoming too intensive, and it's only meant for dedicated people, right? Those who really understand what body talk is, and they'll go into that. So the Body Talk Association then extracted 6 important techniques from the fundamentals course, which are easy to learn and effective, and they formed a Body Talk Access course. This was, I think, in 2005 or a little bit later, 2008 probably. So this access is now taught in one day. It's a 6-hour class, and it's a very simple techniques, and you don't have to go into quantum science and things like that. And just practicing those techniques balances the body and creates a lot of simple minor symptoms just disappear. So we are teaching this in one day, and we advise people to first do the Body Talk Access course because it's easy to learn. It's only one day. And then as your body starts synchronizing with the energies in the correct fashion, then you get inspired and easier to learn the fundamentals. So it's like a peak preview to the entire Body Talk system. So it's a must for everybody. Anybody can learn it. You don't have to know anything. So basically, that is the access course that we teach. So Homera will tell you more about this, how it works.
Thank you. I mean, it is you explained it beautifully, but the magical thing about access is that it's one day, and you can work on yourself, right? You can balance yourself every day, and you can actually apply the techniques on your friends, colleagues, family, community. So access is truly a gift to humanity, because there are many places that they don't have access to medical help. So the idea behind that was to make something that people can help themselves, and they can help their loved ones and their family and community. It's a beautiful thing, because And, just imagine you're working on if you've got a car, right? If you consider your body as a car, you're checking the oil, water, tire pressure, petrol, engine, and so on and so forth. So you're taking really care of that car. So if the car needs to go to a service, the mechanic doesn't have to do the nitty-gritties anymore. It can really change whatever needs to be changed. So Access is beautiful because it's so powerful, and that therefore what we are observing is that people are doing Access to be able to work on themselves, but they are so delighted and they are so blown away from the feedback that they say, if this is the kindergarten, I'm going to do fundamentals, because I want to start really practicing this on more people.
I'll just add to that. Actually, even after years and years of doing BodyTalk as a practitioner, we still use Access on ourselves. I'm people are amazed when I tell them I still use it on myself, because this is the only self-application technique in BodyTalk which you can do on yourself and on others, because it's so simple and straightforward. So that's a plus point. So you're going through COVID times, we were doing it every day. Yeah. And I think most of us were COVID-free, at least people I know. Yeah. Well, that may be a coincidence, but anyway, we felt good. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
We've got a brilliant question here. How can we treat anxiety, overthinking with BodyTalk? Thank you, Manu. That's a brilliant question. But you see, the thing is, if you were with us from the beginning, we are not treating anything. What we're doing is actually to strengthen your body so the body can answer all these questions. So because it is, we are not healers. So we are putting the ball in your court and saying, if you were able to bring up anxiety, depression, whatever it is, your body is able to unravel the story so you can get better. Does that make sense? Did you get your answer? No? So we've got a lot of good results, specifically with depression, anxiety, because what is actually anxiety is, if I can put it, I don't want to say it is name and blame it, but anxiety, what is anxiety? If you understand what is anxiety for you, being constantly thinking about what future can bring, right? Isn't that anxiety? It's about future. So now, is there any future? We're always in now, Manu. So we're not treating you, we're giving your body the possibility to highlight why are you mentally so busy with future and not enjoying the moment right now, right? So it is tailor-made. What is for you is not for me, it's not for Indu. You have got your own story why you think anxiety is your issue or your topic, and therefore BodyTalk is uniquely going to let your body answer the questions why you are suffering anxiety. Does that make sense? So you're doing this, is that in India, yes or no? You have to unmute yourself. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Manu. Thank you.
Welcome.
So we are giving BodyTalk is actually promoting that the person, whoever it is, has got the power to heal itself. So we're not treating you. Thank you. Sorry.
We have one client. I mean, Ragvi, are you there? Can you just share your feedback? You've been doing a few sessions with me, and it's possible for you. Are you there? You don't need to necessarily come on video. If you just want to speak out, that would be also fine.
Yeah, I'm there.
You are on mute, Dr. Mankul.
Yeah, Raghavi, just please go ahead and share. It would be good to hear from a neutral person who has just received some session.
So I have been on this spiritual journey since quite some time now. I've been following Osho and his practices and meditating since some years. But there was a lot of trauma that had been stored in my physical body. And until I did body talk, I realized that I thought I was releasing a lot of that trauma through other therapies and everything that I was doing. But after body talk, I realized that I hadn't been able to successfully get rid of all those diseases and ailments that had been troubling me. But with body talk, very subtly, and I think Dr. Mankul himself the vibe is so pure and gentle that I was able to release a lot of those things, and hopefully in the future also I will be able to. And it has helped me spiritually also to grow better and understand where I am in my journey.
Thank you, Raghavi. That's very helpful. And I see a future body talk practitioner in you. That's what I was telling her the other day. So all the best to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that everybody wants to know how, if somebody wants to become a practitioner, what are the steps and are there any upcoming courses? So Induji will tell us about that.
So we're coming back to India in October, and our plan is to offer BodyTalk fundamentals in person, as well as the Mindscape course. So both Humera and Sureshji will be teaching that class. And feel free to send me an email if you want to get the details, how to sign up, and how to become a practitioner. We're looking forward to seeing you in October. Humera, anything else you want to add here?
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to be back to India, and very, very excited because, people who are going to sign up, they're going to have 2 instructors, right? Because Suresh is co-teaching the course with me, and I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait to see Suresh taking part of the class and teaching, and also, for me, to be able to teach in the language of the heart of the people, which would be Hindi, right? So it makes a big difference. You are coming to a course with 2 instructors for fundamentals, and I'm also very looking forward for Mindscape. So to teach or share the passion with people, how they can change their life and work on their self-development to tap into their potentials. Thank you. October, India, here we come.
And just like Dr. Mankul pointed out, if you want to know more, please add your email here. So I see one from Kimi Nagpa. Thank you, Kimi. We'll let you know the details.
Right. So I think we've had a very enlightening session. And if anybody from the audience has any other questions, you are all very welcome to ask. Either you can unmute or you can type in the chat box, and our panel will be very happy to answer that. Yeah. So we'll just keep a record of these emails, and Induji, you will be posting them, all the details, I understand. Yeah, so Raghavi has asked for the access course. So is there any access course coming up?
Yeah, we will be doing access course whenever we have a couple of students ready. Depends where she's located, because we have Bombay, Delhi. So she can be in touch and I can add her to the next course or maybe do one. There are two ways. One is to do it online with Zoom, but I would prefer, if possible, to do a physical attendance of the class is always much better. Otherwise, she can join on Zoom at my next class.
Okay.
Actually, same thing. Fundamentals can be done online. And of course, with the COVID, that is what has been happening. But we really recommend that first time to take the fundamentals in person. And then from that point onwards, you can, of course, do sessions remotely. Secondly, Mindscape is also being offered in India for the first time in person. And that one, yes, it can be done both in person and remotely. And hopefully we will make that available both ways.
Thank you, Induji. So, I think,
So,
yeah, if anybody has anything further to say, or we can wind up.
Yeah, and we are looking forward to hosting Humaira, Induji, and Sureshi once again in Delhi, in the picturesque setting of Aurobindo Ashram, where it's not just it's body talk and the Indian system of spirituality coming together, and again another form of East and West coming together. So we're looking forward to hosting all of you and all the people who are interested to progress in their life.
Very beautiful said, to progress in their life. Thank you, Mankul, because that is my ending thing to say. We always say there is a life before body talk, but once you have done this, life after body talk is definitely different, right? It changes your life. It changes your life. So dare to dare to want to have a better life.
Okay, let's meet on Sunday, Saturday.
and for me, this is the best way that I have connected back to Mother India. I left India many, many years ago, live in California, but Body Talk has brought me back in a totally different way, connecting with my people in India. So I look forward to being there one more time. Thank you.
So, any last words for today, Sureshji, and then Mankul, and then we'll find up after that.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the excitement is building up, and I'm happy about that. So it's time to start booking our rooms at Aurobindo Ashram.
Absolutely.
And getting ready for the classes.
Yeah, especially the video of the new room which Mankul shared. That's really beautiful. It's like, I think that's
wow. I can't wait. In my mindscape, I filled that room up already. So it is going to be full, sold out,
Oh.
All right.
We can just mention to people that if they haven't done access and want to do fundamentals, it is still possible to do fundamentals directly. In case some people, it's not compulsory to do access, but it's advisable to do it. Yeah.
True.
Right.
Mm.
So in case there is a course before that in September, then we'll, Dr. Sureshi will let everybody.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah, we can. I mean, if there are people who want to do access before and joining for the fundamentals, I'll set up a separate course even for 3 or 4 people. I can do it anytime. So just let me get their feedback, interested, and I'll set it up in the next few days. It's very easy.
Right.
Perfect.
So I thank everybody for joining in, and thank you, Humaira and Indu, for setting up, taking out the time for this. Thank you, Sureshji. Thank you, Mankul. And Dr. Pankaj, he had to leave urgently, so thanks to him as well. And a very big thanks to all the audience who took out their precious time and they were with us throughout the session. And thank you for all your questions. And we're really looking forward to, your interest in this wonderful healing modality, whether it's body access or body fundamentals, and then Mindscape. And there are so many other courses as well as you go on this path. So this is just the starting. And I personally, I'm loving this journey, and it has really, opened me up as a person, given me so much confidence. And I can say that during COVID, I used to be so confident, and, not one day I was scared that I would get this infection. And my patients used to wonder, my friends used to wonder, how can you go like this? And, aren't you taking the vaccine? And, like you get the infection. And then I was so secure that I have body access, I have BodyTalk with me. So my immunity is pretty strong.
Beautiful.
That's what I had to share.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, because a lot of us are, most of us didn't get COVID. I mean, I don't know of anyone who did. I mean, because we had the BodyTalk access helping us, supporting us every day. Thank you, Latika, for bringing that up. Thank you very much also for your wonderful questions and moderation, and just for everything. Dr. Latika Arya, so looking forward to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Namaste.
Dr. Latika. You're a star. You've done such a
Thank
great
you,
job.
Dr. Mankul.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Suresh, thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.